Over here, Bob.
Bob. I'm not Bob.
Oh, you're not Bob.
Yeah, I'm Sheriff Stephen G. and you are?
Ron Cowan.
Ron Cowan, how you doing?
Good.
You know, I was walking by. I'm looking for a
This
place
a real
to eat.
badge
I'm pretty
here?
hungry. What?
This a real sheriff's badge?
Yeah, where I come from. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
you know,
it's kind of hokey.
What?
But shiny.
In the world of the magical couch, the town of the children's corner, perhaps you've heard of it? Sound familiar?
Oh, yes, I have heard of that.
Really?
Yeah. Stephen J.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sheriff Stephen J.
Ron Cowan.
Ron Cowan. You've never heard of it, have you?
No,
I didn't think so. So listen, what is this totem pole thing over here? It kind of made me jump a little bit with that face on it.
Yep. That's Antonio. He's the first one I ever did.
Well, Antonio is, no, it's a nice face. I'm not saying it's creepy or anything, but it did make me
It's
jump.
a little bit startling. Well, you just landed at the home of the wooden faces. I'm the man who carves the wooden faces.
The home of the wooden faces.
Yeah.
Really?
You made it.
Never heard of it.
Oh.
But it's very interesting. You got a lot of
Yeah.
faces around here. You got.
That's all I do these days, is do these faces.
They're everywhere.
Yep, they're everywhere. Across the street, down the road.
So what do you carve these? Are just ordinary trees?
Yeah, I could go and do a tree right on your property if you have one, or you can just buy one of mine that I've already done, and it just stands up by itself on a pipe.
So people have commissioned you to actually go to their house and carve
Oh yes,
the
yep.
trees.
I come and do that right there.
Now, what kind of wood do you carve them on?
Oh, I use any kind of wood. Depends on what they've got in their yard if I'm going to go and do it there, but I carve in all kinds of wood.
And you live here.
I live right here, yeah.
And how many acres do you have?
And I've got like 13 acres that I can wander around and put a face in a tree or take a piece off the ground. And
Have you gone around your property and carved faces into all your trees? Or?
not all of them yet.
But you're working on it.
I'm going to leave them all carved though. Yeah, I'm hoping to do
Interesting.
1,000 before I die.
1,000?
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
I kind of lost track. I'm hoping by losing track I'll keep living because I haven't reached my goal yet, but
Okay, but you have any idea how many? 10,
maybe.
20?
I must have done 100, 150 of them over the course of all these years.
Well, that's a little dent in 1,000. You're on your way.
Yeah, I can go to any corner I want and just start my chainsaw and put a face in there.
Your chainsaw.
Yep, my chainsaw.
Okay, now you're getting ahead of me here. Chainsaw. I was going to ask you what kind of knife you use to carve these.
Oh, I haven't used a knife in a long time. I use real aggressive tools like a chainsaw and a disc grinder with 24 grit sanding discs and just...
Well, how do you do it with a chainsaw? I don't understand that.
It's my favorite tool. It's a real fluid tool and it can remove wood in a flash.
Yeah, but you have these faces are pretty distinct and pretty, detailed. And how do you do it with a chainsaw?
I get about 70% with a chainsaw and then I get to the detail with the finer work.
What kind of wood do you prefer?
I don't really have a favorite because if I'm working with color, then I like to work with the cedar for a while. They're bright faces, and then I'll move off to a walnut or a darker wood, a cherry, and get different expressions coming at me. So I like to move around.
It's pretty fascinating. You got all these faces everywhere.
There's an old oak pylon right there. That was a tree.
Pylons,
Yeah.
for docks. So you
Yep.
get old docks and you carve them.
I'm always looking for old dock pylons.
Does a tree have to be dead for you to carve something?
No, I go out and I carve them in your live tree, and then it just grows a wound collar around my work and goes on.
A wound collar.
Yeah, just seals itself up. So this is the wound collar here. This is a pine tree, and I don't know how old it is, but it was fairly old. And so when I made my cuts here to put these 4 faces in, then I was out here when I was cutting. I cut there and then out to here. You can kind of see across. Then the tree with its sap comes down and it heals over my work and seals the tree back up, and then it goes on and lives. And then my work just stays here as long as the tree's alive and also in its demise. So you've seen an old maple tree that lost a limb, has a nice smooth collar around where the limb was.
Yes.
That's what it does to my work.
Well, why do you have these two pieces of wood out here?
Well,
right
I'm trying to decide today what wood I'm going to use on the sculpture I want to work on today, and I'm thinking this is pear wood off my old pear tree. This is cherry, and the other thing is the smile itself. So I have a face now that's intact. It's expressing itself by pushing and pulling muscles around, and now I'm seeing what I've got to do to create that stifled smile. I know I got to grab this because it's connected to the ear and pull it back. I sell them. I do a couple of big shows a year that I like to go to, and I'll take 35, 45 of my pieces and set them up into what I refer to as gatherings, and then the people come and they get amongst them, and then it's one big gathering. I call them freestanding inspirationals, where I drill a hole in the bottom so I stand on a pipe, and then they can't get off their center of gravity and they'll stand. And then the face is just inspirational, whatever I was feeling and that chainsaw was feeling that day.
And you're going to actually do something today.
Today is the day.
Today is the day.
Yeah, I'm going to have a muse.
A muse?
Yeah.
I know what that means.
Oh.
I won't go there.
Oh.
But, yeah, a muse. Well, this is pretty amusing, I have to say.
Well said.
Well said. How long have you been carving these faces?
I've been working on these faces about 40 years.
And what gave you the inspiration to start carving these faces?
I often wondered that, but I traced it back to when it was a recurring dream that I had.
A dream?
A dream that I had.
You're kidding me.
That recurred.
A dream?
Yeah, it was in a dream.
What a dream.
Yeah, and it was a really in color, and it was there was a knoll and a dip, and then I was on a knoll, and then this line of people came down the knoll, disappeared, and then walked up across me and walked by the right. And as they came by, each face I could see it as clear as yours. And I had that dream at least 4 times, I remember, maybe 5, over the course of the next maybe 10, 15 years.
A dream. Tell me about these masks.
Well, I've been a weaver for about 50 years, and I had a dream one night, and in the dream I was given one of these masks, and I was shown how to weave the mask and told that it was going to help other people.
You all right?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I
I'm
was
sorry,
reminiscing. The dream thing, you remind me of somebody.
Oh,
It came to you in a dream.
in a dream.
What's the chance of me finding 2 people that they started stuff in a dream?
Well, I'm going to carve a tree today. I got my gas tank is full on the chainsaw, and I picked out an oak pylon that I want to work with
An oak
today.
pylon. You know, I would love to watch you carve out an oak pylon,
Yeah.
but it's kind of windy. It's windy out there today, and I don't know.
Well, it's a good day for me because it blows the sawdust away from me. 'Cause
Cool,
I
too.
work outside a lot because of my tools and the sawdust and
Can you just explain it to me?
oh well.
I tell you, you're gonna do it. Let's suppose we're out there right now,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get ready to do it. And I don't know. How do you start?
Well, the pylon starts out at about 38 feet, all of them, and I'm going to cut off about maybe a 7-foot section. Then I'm going to kind of stand it up, and I'm going to stand back and look at it. I'll prop it up and see if I can see anything that suggests to me that there's a human in there. And whether it's a lean, a list, a turn of the head, or a bump, or anything.
Right.
And then I'm going to lay it down at an angle, and I'm going to grab my little chainsaw, and I'm just going to start cutting. I do portraits, or I'll go to their house and just do, you know, they'll have me do whatever I see in the tree.
So you could do a Stephen J.
I could do a Stephen J.
With a hat and everything.
With a hat and everything.
Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
I might have to add the hat. Yeah, I could do that.
You're talented.
Might break my saw though.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know.
You know what? There's always a comedian. Always a comedian.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
But anyway, well, you know what? It's great meeting you.
Okay, well.
Thanks for taking
well,
some
thanks
time and
for,
telling me what
yeah.
you do here.
Well, thanks for interrupting my day. It was quite nice.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. It's
You're welcome.
a lonely business, the artist in the forest cutting trees.
Beautiful. It's all beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
very
you're
much.
welcome. Take care. I'm going to get something to eat.
Okay. Yeah.
Eat. Somewhere to eat.
Downtown, on the left side.
On the left.
On the main street, you'll see you won't be able to get a parking spot. That's the place.
Well,
right
I
there.
don't have a car with me.
Oh, well, then you'll get right
And
in.
I left the horse to home.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right, well, thank you very much. You take
Okay.
care now. Have a great
You
day and
too.
have fun doing your
And
thing.
have a great day.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Love these faces.
Good. Boy, I'll need a good sized log for that head.